Meditation to me works at a many level. Let me ask questions to all of you. What is meditation to you? Because you have to understand what meditation is all about. What you have described is the result of meditation. Being calm, being composed, being peaceful. It's an outcome. But what is meditation? In English dictionary, you'll find the meaning to focus your mind on one object. That is also wrong. Because in India, in our Eastern tradition, meditation is to realize the ultimate, to realize divinity. Divinity is not an object, it's a subject. Moreover, it is unknown. So how can you focus on what is unknown to us? But when we refer to this word in Sanskrit, Dhyan, then you can have some little understanding of what Dhyan is. Dhyan, if you break the sandhi, it is Di plus Yan. And Di has a very special meaning. Now I'll ask, what do you mean by Gayatri Mantra? Do you understand the meaning of it? See, some knowledge which is fed into us, like feeding food, we take food. What happens if it is undigested? You get diarrhea, you get bloating, you get vomiting. Undigested knowledge also becomes a burden to you. You think you are reciting mantra, you are reciting out of compulsion, not out of love. You are doing it out of habit. It has become an addiction. When you recite this mantra, the word or these letters, Di comes twice. Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodaya. The Di here means the ultimate wisdom. And Yan means a vehicle. So now you understand what Dhyan means. A vehicle that transports you to attain the ultimate wisdom. It's very simple. When you understand Sanskrit, then you can understand everything. All slokas will just open up and you'll be able to make sense of it. Now, when you say it's a vehicle or a process to tap into that ultimate wisdom, any vehicle or a process needs some energy input. Otherwise, no vehicle will start with external energy input. You understand that much. Now what we are transporting? We are transporting our understanding from where we are to where we should be. So what is the energy input there? It has to be something more subtle than the consciousness itself. Let me put it differently. How many of you know Heisenberg's uncertainty principle? The people who have studied physics, atomic science would know just like that. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle suggests that electron that moves around the nucleus. You can measure the speed of it, but you will not be able to figure out its location. And if you figure out the location, you will not be able to figure out the speed. So, that's why it remains uncertain. The speed and the position, it remains unpredictable. That's why it's called uncertainty principle in physics. But why? So when you ponder over it, the beam that they use to measure the speed of the electron is heavier and denser and grosser than the electron itself. So the moment the beam is given, it moves. It changes its location and also the speed, because something is pushing it. So, if you had something even more refined than electron that will not have an impact of changing its position or the speed, then you can measure it. So, likewise, to transport my consciousness, I need something that is even more refined than consciousness itself. Then only you will be able to transport it from where you are to where it should be. And this is mentioned in Kenopanishad, number 2 or number 3 sloka. You can refer to it. You can make a note, Kenopanishad, number 2 sloka, where the sage talks about, is it we all need nourishment at a physical level. Likewise, we need nourishment at a mental level. Sage questions, what shall feed my soul? What can feed my life? Then himself answers, it is pranasya prana. So it is this pranasya prana that propels, that's like an energy input. So when you find a master of caliber or a guide of caliber who has the ability to transmit this pranahuti into your heart, can transport your consciousness from where you are to where it should be. It's a slow progression, but one who is committed, like the child who is really interested and begin to observe such internal changes day after day. So, the practice, regular, dedicated, without fail, only then you can succeed, otherwise it will elude you, see. So that is meditation, means dhyan. You may know the process, that, oh, I close my eyes and think of the presence of the divine in my heart. I am assuming, like in mathematics we assume, this plus this is not this, or this plus this is this. Then either you prove it or disprove it. Right? Like that. We begin with this assumption that that presence is already there in my heart and wait for something to happen inside, for that divinity to become apparent to us, palpable to us.